Hello everyone and welcome back to Polly's Pretties. In case you're wondering why you're facing a Handmade with Love by Polly's Pretties, I'm going to show you in just a minute. So yesterday I got in a bit of a mood and I wanted to play with some of my embossing folders, some inks, and different just pieces of things I had in the craft room. So I made some cards. I'm going to show you. Okay, here's the one we looked at the beginning. This is the background paper I used for the card base. The inside is white, so you could write whatever message you want. And then the top of the card, as you can see, I took a panel, I ran some of my Distress inks on it, and different inks, and then I embossed it with one of my embossing folders that's a wood grain. And then I took some stickles, and I stickled just certain areas. Then I took some of my homemade chipboard ephemera, and I cut it out, put it on there, and then popped up the stuff on foam, on the foam tape. So it does say beautiful and has the little scroll and flower. That's the first one. The next one, if my rings work with me, is this one. The back of this, the paper looks like this that I used to make the card base. The inside again is pure white. The front, where I did this, I used inks and did like a swiping motion with the inks. One color went this way and one color went this way across the card. And then I took and popped up a sticker, turned it into some ephemera here with a foam dot under it. And then I put a treat for you right here on top. That's our sentiment to go. And of course, it's got the stamp on the back as well. This one, the card base is like this. The inside is pure white. The front is done like this. I sprayed it down with a little bit of water, just got it damp, not soaked. Then took my markers and went over it, and then I embossed it with the embossing folder. And after all that dried, I put two different tones of stickles on here. There's a really light pink one, and then there's like a red one. And I just used a Q-tip to do this, so it could get into the grooves of where the strawberries are. Then I popped my camera up on it, and it says, "You're the cutest." The next one's a bit different. So we used this kind of background again. And again, the front or the inside is all white. The front, though, however, I did this with some colored pencil, sorry. Then I ran it through my embossing folder, and it embossed the word love, 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 love all the way across it. I don't know how well you can see it. Let me bring it up like that so you can really see. Then there's a big word love right here, which I stickled with the pink stickles. And then I thought to help add to it, I would add the little heart that says love and the little heart sunglasses. Next, we have this one. This is the background of our card. Then pure white center. And then the front, I did this with some ink pads. And then I ran it through my embossing folder that has stars on it. And then I took the silver stickles and just highlighted just the stars. Then I took my little birds from Dollar Tree, put them up on a little bit of cardboard, and then popped them up. And then it says a little something for someone who's loved a lot. There we go. Sorry. Oh, couldn't talk this morning. But there's that one. Then here's one of my favorites. I really love this one. So here's the paper that it's on. It's on this beautiful green gingham. And then we have plain white inside. And then on top here, let me see if I can get closer so you can see, there's leaves embossed on this. So what I did is I took the cardstock again, wet it down, colored it up, and this was with alcohol ink markers. Then after it dried, I embossed it. Then I went over it again with some of the stickles in a couple different shades. And then I put my little fox on some foam here. And then it says, "Leaves are falling, autumn is calling." And that's our little card there. I was just having fun with some of my embossing folders and different things here in the craft room. So our next one is also the green gingham background, and it's got the pure white open center. Then the top, this is a star. No, sorry, this is a leaf one again. a leaf embossing folder, and I just took my stickles and gently rubbed over it. Took and cut out one of the little Prima dolls, colored her up, and then it says, "For my friend." And I thought that was kind of a cute little card. Then we have this one. This is the star embossing folder. So, but let me show you what it's on. It's on this yellow again. And we've got, oopsie daisy, I want to get my fingers in there. We've got the pure white center again. We flip to the front. I took some of my inks and did the swiping again, 2 different directions. Then I embossed it with the embossing folder full of stars. Then I took my stickles, highlighted the stars, found this star in some of my homemade chipboard pieces, and then it says "Time to Sparkle." And I thought that was really cute. Here is my favorite one of the bunch, and you'll see why in a minute. So our background is this blue stripe. The inside of the card, again, is pure white. And then the front of our card looks like this. And it says "Snow, Sparkle, and Shine." And I thought this would very well fit the card. So I did block stamping with this. I took my ink pad and just block stamped it. Then, on top of that, I did the stickles. Okay, and it's also embossed with a dotted embossing folder, which is how we got these little silver dots everywhere. And then these were window clings that I popped up on cardboard and turned them into chipboard embellishments, popped them up with some foam, and there's that card for you. And I think, like I said, that one has to be my favorite. And then here's my mother-in-law's favorite, but I'll show you the back first. So the back we did with this hearts one again. The center is, again, pure white. And then this one, I colored with watercolor ink and then ran it through the embossing folder that had the butterflies and the vines. And then when I brought it out, I knew I wanted to add a little something more to it. So I took my stickles and did the vines in the green to kind of outline them, and then did all the butterflies on the card in the purple stickles to give it a little bit more of that something. So that way when you're looking at it, and I didn't put a sentiment on this one, I just didn't feel that this one really needed it. I figured whatever you wanted to do, you could put on the inside of the card. That way you didn't muck up the outside of it. So that's what happened the other day. That's my craftiness from the craft room. And I did 10 of those. I made the card bases, the card tops, all the coloring, all the embossing, all the stickling and everything. These were very much so very handmade cards. But I had fun because I used things that sometimes often get overlooked. And what I mean by that is my stickles, sometimes I forget I have them. And then I'll look down and be like, oh, there they are. My embossing folders, I'll sometimes forget that I have them, that they can be used. And they're sitting right above me here at the desk. Sometimes I don't use my little chipboard stickers I've made, and I've got a drawer full, so yes, I need to use them. Sometimes I will forget to pull out my cardstock and make my own card bases. And there's nothing wrong with white card bases. I mean, hey, those are great. I have a bunch of cards made on those. But I'm trying to use things that I forget to use. Okay, because I think like most, oopsie daisy, okay, like most other crafters, when you get something new, you want to play with the new stuff. Okay, and then you sometimes do forget to play with the older stuff that you have. And it sits there. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have all my stuff just sitting there, kind of going to waste, you know? So I just figured pull this stuff out, get to work, make something, and make something that could be usable not only by me, but by other folks too if I gave it away. So that's exactly what I did, and I'm sure some of those will go out in some mail. I got a bunch of mail I need to do soon. But I figured I would show you how I did these things and how they looked when they finished. And those are not 3D embossing folders, for those who might ask. Those are just your run-of-the-mill regular embossing folders I used. They don't have any die cuts with them or anything. They're just the plain embossing folders. So I just really started using a lot of what was here around me. I mean, I use, like I said, colored pencils, alcohol ink markers, I used regular markers. I literally used all different kinds of things to see what I came up with. And you'll notice there's not hardly any, holiday-y ones in there. There's no snowflakes. There's no hearts. Those embossing folders I didn't use this time. Those may be held for another time when I do something a little different. But I wanted to use these. I got just creative, wanted to play, and so I did. Did I need to make more cards? Probably not. If you would see my card boxes, I need to get busy and send cards out. But it was fun. I got to use things that I didn't all the time. And it reminded me, at least anyway, why I bought some of the stuff that I have. Like why I bought my embossing folders, why I bought my stickles, and the different ways that you can use stickles instead of just, putting them down in a line from the bottle. Like I said, I take your general run-of-the-mill cotton Q-tip and rubbed it on real gentle. And, there's lots of ways to use things. You just have to kind of look. So I hope this inspires you. Like I said, I just got in the mood and felt that I needed to come in and play, so I did. If it inspires you, please link to me so I can see what you've made. But I'm going to get these now put away, hopefully, and clean up my desk a bit because it's a little bit glittery, which I'm not crazy about. I mean, I like glitter, but I like a clean desk. And then I'm going to go have dinner with the fam. So we will see how everything goes from there. Maybe I'll come back soon with another project of some sort or another. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. It's been fairly decent here. There are some warnings up, so we can't really go out and spend a whole lot of time outside right now because of the heat and the pollen and, just different odd things here that aren't real good for folks' health. So we're hanging out inside. We're spending time just relaxing and taking it kind of easy. The hubby did errands this morning, so that's all done and taken care of. So it's going to be an easy day, I think, for the most part, and hopefully wherever you are, you get to relax a bit too. I know it's still early in the week, but hey, relaxation is never a bad thing. Thank you all for watching. I hope to be back at you again soon with another project or another something anyway. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderfully safe day. Remember, take some time out to just take a breath. The world can make us all crazy, and we all run around way faster than we should sometimes. Till next time, thank you for watching again, and bye-bye.